Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my favorite channel to upload onto YouTube. Welcome back, guys. Hopefully, everybody is doing well. You guys are having the best of health and wealth. I don't know why it took me a second. We have a very good video. I'm trying to upload 6 times a week over here. It's a little harder during international break. There's a little bit less to react to. I don't really care as much about international break, but this video I have been brewing up for a couple of weeks. I wanted to make this video, and it is about one of my favorite strikers in the world right now, Viktor Gyökeres. I probably pronounced that wrong because my pronunciations are horrible. Look, this guy for me is unbelievable, and he deserves his own video on this channel appreciating what we are seeing. Now, I have a soft spot for good strikers. I play striker. I still play every Thursday. I played striker for a while. This is what I played my whole life, right? So when I see a good striker, I like to commend them. I like to say, hey, you are him. Now, this guy is unbelievably good. What makes him so incredible? I haven't seen confidence in a striker like this guy since Ibrahimovic. I'm not even joking. And we've seen some crazy talented strikers. But this guy, I mean, he's on top of the world right now. He does not care who he's playing. He does not care who is defending him. All right. His pace, his movement, it's unbelievable. And I'm going to be talking in this video about a couple of teams that I want to see try to go for this guy in this next window, because I think there's a couple teams that would really benefit. I mean, look, at the end of the day, any team would get better having Viktor Gyokeres play the 9 on their squad. But some teams, I believe he would work perfectly into with his overall tenacity up top, his movement, his pace, his press, his technical ability. You know, one of my favorite things about him as a striker overall is his IQ in the position. He consistently never freaks out, always knows where he is, and his finishing is top of the line, top tier. I mean, we've seen some strikers get bought for some crazy prices over the years. Really expensive players. We look at even a couple signings into the Premier League in the last couple years. Timo Werner, Kai Havertz. You know, this guy blows those guys out the water. And the reason for that is that I cannot believe every time I watch this guy strike a football, the shot power, he's like the right-footed Haaland. It's unbelievable. He gives you wide open chances where he could just tuck it in. I mean, they're banging into the top corner. Chip shots, finesse shots, low drivens. This guy can do it all. I've seen enough. I'm sold on him. And there's a couple reasons I'm sold on him. Now, his career is really interesting. If you guys don't know already, he played in the EFL with a team like Brighton. I mean, he's kind of been all over the place. He's played in the Pokal. He's played in the second division of the Bundesliga. Right now, he's got 45 goals, 10 assists in the Liga Portugal in 44 matches, which is just nuts. This season, already he's on 16 in 11 games. He most recently in the Champions League, he's now got 5-4 in the Champions League. And look, Sporting are a really good team. You know, the Portugal League for me is an amazing league. So I'm in this scenario where I think this guy is a must-buy, and I think this club is probably not going to keep him. You know, when you have a player look, the way football works, 26 is not old, but it's older. And I think when we get to this, wow, I'm 26. That's crazy. I'm old? Damn, bro. All right, anyways, back to the video. Look, I think this narrative of player values so high when they're young is crazy because it's very risky. And I do understand it because you're trying to get players, you know, a player where it works out, Vinny Jr., right? You know, there's many scenarios where it hasn't worked out. But I think there's something underrated, all right, in the price tags of these players that develop on this trajectory at this point in their career. You know, someone that is really impressing me as well in football. Why did it not change to it? Well, it's supposed to change to it. Hold on. Serhou Guirassy. Okay, this is an extremely similar situation to me as Viktor Gyokeres. I really believe it too. So this guy last season was probably the craziest striker, like generally, right? We could say Kane, we could say Lewandowski, and as clinical as those two are, as crazy as the season Benzema had, in terms of ice, in terms of composure, this guy is probably my favorite striker I have seen since Suarez. And when Suarez was playing, obviously really crazy. Now, does it mean that this guy, Serhou Guirassy, I'm saying he's better than Benzema, Lewa, all these guys? I'm not saying that. So before you guys call me crazy, I'm not saying that. If you watch this guy's season last season at Stuttgart, you would be absolutely amazed. And if you're watching this video and you haven't seen his highlights last season, go watch his highlights. I mean, this guy's doing shot cancels, 3 players going left, right. He's running around the keeper. He could do it all. Left foot, right foot, chip. So when I see players like this, Serhou, Viktor, I know it's someone special. And this guy was a guy that I felt like a lot of teams didn't try to buy him in the offseason. And I think it was an age-related thing. So Dortmund said, hey, we're going to go for him. I don't know if they paid 20 or 40 for him, but you talk about a striker, in this economy, in this current world of football, that's not a lot, right? And the craziest part is the season that he had last season, it wasn't even just about the goals, but if we go to all seasons here, right, this is what I would call a late bloomer as well, right? You look at his career, he had a couple goals here and then. He's been playing in the top leagues, League One, absolutely exploded last season. 28 goals in 28 matches. He was injured a bit of the season too. He had 11 the year before. He's just getting better and better. All right, this season, he goes to Dortmund, which, look, Stuttgart, you could argue have been playing a little better than them the last year or two, but it's still, in terms of overall, club level, it's an upgrade. Going to Dortmund, it's a Champions League team. It's a team that, yes, Stuttgart is there too, but we all could say it's an upgrade, right? He's gone out and balled already, man. 6 goals, 2 assists, 8 matches, Bundesliga. He's already had 3, 2, and 4 in the Champions League, and it's looking like the risk they took was a really good one, right? And the thing I'm trying to say here with this comparison to Guirassy, he's older too. When they had signed him, he was 27 or he's 28 now. Either way, it's a similar situation to Viktor. I know you might argue that, okay, well, Germany's a much better league than Portugal. I don't disagree with you. But just the vision that I see with Viktor, like I could really tell that he will actually go to a team, and unless he has some stage fright thing that we don't know about, which it doesn't look like. And the reason I'm going to say it doesn't look like that way, I'm gonna talk about this right here. Okay, bro, Manchester City played Sporting, all right? And Sporting beat them 4-1. Yes, he had 2 penalties. He had 1 missed chance before he scored in the 38th minute, and everybody was like, oh, my God, this guy's overrated, this, that. He went out and scored a crazy goal in the 30th minute. He had a hat trick against Manchester City, bro. I don't even know. And look, there's all this hype in this pregame about, oh, it's going to be Gyökeres versus Haaland. Like, he just went out there and said, shut up, I'm him. All right, the volume this guy is scoring at, the runs he's making, I'm really impressed with Viktor Gyökeres. I can't even say his name. Viktor Gyökeres. I'm so bad with pronunciations. Typical American. But I think any team would be really lucky to actually sign this guy. And look, we talk about price tags. Yeah, he's going to be expensive. But it's the similar situation. Yes, it's a little bit more because I think he's a little younger than Guirassy. He's a little bit more hyped up right now in the world. But it's a similar situation where it's not this like insane 100, 200 mil price tag. And obviously the manager of Sporting going to United as well. So a lot of United fans want to see him go to United. I do not want to see him go to United. I'm sorry to you guys that watch these videos. Look, United for me, I look, and I like them because I think they're entertaining. I've liked watching them. I don't personally think that this would be good. I understand that we think that the manager going there, he's going to be able to change it all, but the players that I want to see him in a couple of teams that I think would really, really suit him, okay? The first team that I would love to see this guy go to is Liverpool. I don't think he's going to go to Liverpool. And look, Liverpool right now are fine, but can you imagine this guy in the 9 at this team with Salah and Diaz? Oh my God. Oh my God. And it's about the style too, because when I watch these Sporting games, Sporting, with the way they playing with him, it's just a little quick up there. It's very fast. He's not that slow hold up 9. He can hold the ball up for you, but he really thrives off these fast wingers, and these decisive in behind passes, bro. I just think he would be so good at Liverpool. Just from watching football, watching these teams, Liverpool is one of the teams that I would really like to see him at. Another team, look, this is the interesting part because I think he would be, look, we talk about the biggest club he could go to, the best scenario for him in his career. I think if he could hang on that big stage, Barcelona would be crazy. If he could go to Barcelona. Now, can they afford him? Probably not. And look, you're calling me crazy because Lewandowski is arguably putting together one of his best years in his career, which I agree with. I'm loving Lewandowski this season. I think he's been absolutely incredible. So I'm not saying that he should go there, but I'm just saying in terms of this would be a team that I think he would have such a legacy in playing, saying for 4 or 5 years, and Barca fans, you would get so many trophies. The reason I'm saying this is that I think Lewandowski is probably going to give you another season or two, and then it's going to go like this. You know, we saw that with Ronaldo. Once he kind of got to that 37, 38. I think Lewandowski is 36 right now. He might be 37. I think he's playing incredible, but I think this is going to be one of his last years or two, and then it's going to go kind of like that. We just seen that with Messi. I mean, every player's on a different timeline, but that's the variable here with Barca. How would you get him in? Because really, Sporting are going to probably have to cash in on him next season. And look, I'm a loyalty guy, so like I actually wouldn't be mad if he stayed at Sporting and just went crazy. I want to see one of these teams. Like what I've really enjoyed with Leverkusen is that I feel like Xabi Alonso and some of the players staying there, it really put them on the map. I would really like to see one of these teams kind of outside of top 5 leagues, or maybe just not in the major Premier League, Bundesliga, go crazy and kind of build something there. But a lot of these teams, Sporting, Ajax, PSV, these are kind of like feeder teams that they sell those players for huge profits to these massive clubs. You know, it is what it is. We saw that with the Ajax team. We always wonder, the craziest what if is if they kept De Ligt, De Jong, that whole Ajax team, the way they played out one season, if they kept that team, what would have happened, right? But the club, you know, ended up making a lot of money, so it's understandable. So do I think Barcelona is going to happen with the current state of kind of where Lewandowski is? I don't. I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, it's probably unlikely. Other teams I want to talk about. This one is a little questionable for me because I'm not sure if Arsenal are as attacking this season as I liked. Like, I thought last season they were doing a lot better of a job of getting goals, but I think their injuries with Saka and Odegaard have hurt that a little bit, so I don't want to be too critical there. But I still think Arsenal need a striker. I'm not a Kai Havertz guy. I respect Kai Havertz because I think he is a very decent number 9. I don't think he's a crazy 9. I think we see him at Germany. He's not that crazy. When he gets goals, it's kind of ricochet. Look, Arsenal wants to do the next step. They want to go be the daddy of the Premier League. They will need a guy like Viktor. I've always said that. And, you know, I like Isak too. Is Isak, both Swedish, right? Is Isak a little too inconsistent? I don't know. It's tough to say with Newcastle as well because sometimes Newcastle show up and they don't have much attacking threat. So I think Viktor, look, you get this level, this talent of a striker, you need to put him on a team that's going to be creating tons of chances every game because he's going to put him away. He's got that composure. He's got that ice. I was shocked that no Premier League team was going really crazy for Serhou Guirassy last season. I think, yes, he's older. I think he would have helped a lot of teams score a lot of goals because him and Viktor, lights out finishing. We don't have this a lot anymore. Back in the day, we had David Villa. We had these crazy finishers, man. Forlan, Suarez. I mean, the list goes on. I can name you like 15 players that were playing in 2012 at the 9 position that will get you goal after goal. Falcao, RVP. You know, the list goes crazy, guys. We don't have that luxury anymore. We really don't. We don't really have a ton of 9s that are just putting the freaking ball in the net. All right. This is a little bit of an interesting one because I'm going to talk about Leverkusen and I'm going to talk about Bayern Munich because Kane is playing very well. I don't know how much gas Kane has still left in the tank. We will see. When I look at the team, let's just not talk about Lewa or Kane. I'm just talking about the squad. Like Bayern Munich for me, Viktor Gyokeres would be, oh my God. Like I think he would have potential with Musiala to actually break some records that Lewandowski had set, which Lewandowski just broke Gerd Muller's records at Bayern like crazy, right? And I think Kane might have broke a record or something. Look, this would be this team or Leverkusen, the attacking threats, the wing play, I think the counter, and then just the nature of the league, right? Germany is just such an attacking league. You know, a lot of these games in Germany are like 5, 4, 6 goals total. It's a crazy paced league. I think Viktor would be really good. He would be able to play Champions League football. You know, I think, you know, at Bayern, you're under a massive club, right? Has a history of just scoring so many goals. As Leverkusen, you've got Xabi Alonso there, and you're really building something. Now, the problem with Leverkusen, the problem with Bayern, right? Right now, they both have 9s. Kane, Boniface, right? So they're kind of set there. So that's kind of where it makes it a little bit more challenging for Viktor. What team is he going to end up at? And look, maybe he feels like going with the manager over to Manchester United. Maybe he feels like that is the right play for him. You know, you got some Portuguese there as well. You got Bruno. You got Dallo. Maybe that's what he's feeling, but I'm not so sure I like that for the way they're playing. But on the other hand, right, just as a spectator, obviously, if United goes and gets Viktor Gyökeres, it's going to make their team a lot better. Whether we're going to get the production that we see out of Viktor there, you know, that's another question. His production will probably take a hit, but he would make them a lot better. They would have that security at the 9. And look, I like Højlund. I like Xerxes. I'm not a hater of those two. They're not him. They're not insane in that position. I'm sold on Viktor Gyökeres. Let me know if you guys have watched this dude this season. I've caught like 4 or 5 sporting games, pretty much all of his highlights. He's lights out. I'm a believer. So let me know where you guys think he should end up. I just want to make this video about him because I'm really impressed with this guy. I think he's insane. And I want to give credit to strikers when I see them, and I'm like, wow, this guy, I'm really sold on him. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching the video. See you guys later. Peace.